What if I told you that this dilapidated US ship in the Philippines remains in commission? But why? How does the Philippines still benefit from this seemingly useless relic of a ship? Let's find out in this video. Before we look at the current condition and role of the ship, let us first see what it really is before it reached its pitiable state. This landing ship tank is called BRP Sierra Madre. Before it became Sierra Madre, it was first the USS LST-821 of the US. It was built during World War II and launched in 1944. It served in the Pacific Theater, specifically in the Battle of Okinawa, ferrying hundreds of thousands of troops and equipment. After World War II, it was also used by South Vietnam's Republic of Vietnam Navy during the Vietnam War, and its name was changed to RVNS My Tho. After the fall of Saigon in 1975, the HQ-800 was used to evacuate more than 3,000 refugees from the city. The ship reportedly sailed from the river out to sea until it reached Subic Bay in the Philippines. In exchange for the ship's help in evacuating the refugees, the US gave the HQ-800 to the Philippines in 1976, and its name was changed to BRP Dumagat, which was soon changed again to BRP Sierra Madre. From then on, the Philippines used it as an amphibious transport until the 1990s. But in 1995, because of China's seizure of Mischief Reef or Panganiban Reef, which is also a Philippine territory, the Philippines decided to ground the BRP Sierra Madre on Ayungin Shoal in 1999 to serve as a physical presence and to reinforce ownership of the area. For those who do not know, Ayungin Shoal is a submerged reef or sandbar in the Spratly Islands. It lies 105 nautical miles west of Palawan, which means it is within the Philippines' 200-mile exclusive economic zone. It was used in several ways, such as amphibious operations. This ship is designed to be versatile to support amphibious operations by carrying multiple vehicles, cargo, and troops directly to the shoreline without needing ports or harbors because it has flat-bottom hull. Logistical support. These ships are also vital in transporting supplies and reinforcements to sustain ongoing military operations. And lastly, medical evacuation. LSTs can also serve as makeshift hospitals to provide medical support and evacuation capabilities in times of combat. We can see that the capabilities of this ship are extremely important. Because this is a ship used in times of war, it carries weapons such as twin 40mm guns mounted at the bow and stern. But the forward gun was reportedly upgraded later to a 3-inch by 50 caliber gun. On both port and starboard sides, at the bow and stern, single 40mm or 20mm guns can be fitted. Near the midsection and at the stern, on both sides, single 20mm guns are positioned. It also has 2 landing craft vehicle personnel or Higgins boats on both sides at the aft. These are likewise used for beach landings even without docks or piers. In the center are life rafts for emergency purposes. Still amidships, there is a helipad for its 2 gunships, the Bell UH-1B Seawolf, helicopters armed for combat. Behind it is an opening for loading and unloading important cargo. Tanks or other large vehicles pass through here at the bow. These 2 doors open and a 3rd door serves as a ramp so vehicles and people can go up and down. Other vehicles and personnel can also reach the upper deck using this ramp. Impressive, isn't it? This ship has been truly useful, but this is how it looks now. Badly damaged. Nevertheless, it has not lost its value. Its main value today is no longer its combat capability, but as a strategic move aimed at countering China's growing aggressiveness in the region. By placing the ship on Ayungin Shoal, the Philippines intends to create a semi-permanent outpost that will serve as a barrier against any attempt to seize the territory, as China did at Panganiban Reef when it built an artificial island there. So far, the BRP Sierra Madre has been effective because China has not taken Ayungin Shoal from 1999 up to the present at the time of the creation of this video. But until when? The poor condition of the ship is obvious. It is only a matter of time before it finally gives up. On the other hand, how is the quality of life of the soldiers on that ship? Life on board is not easy, especially since the ship is very old and because bringing supplies is extremely difficult due to China's blockades. On this old ship live no more than a dozen Marines. They rotate every 6 months, so we notice in the photos that the Marines' hair and beards are already long. Because the ship is extremely old, there are many holes in it, especially on the deck, so they have to be careful with their movements. We can also see in the pictures that there are solar panels on the ship. Whether these still work, we do not know, but they seem to be functional because the soldiers reportedly now have access to the internet. Here in this makeshift house, the Marines sleep. Among their pastimes are karaoke, fishing, and growing vegetables in their potted garden. In spite of the hardships on the ship, the Marines remain dedicated to their mission, as do the people who brave danger just to deliver supplies. Their resilience and dedication reflect the wider struggle of the Philippines to defend its territorial integrity against a more powerful adversary. Now, what must be done to make the resupply of the BRP Sierra Madre successful? If you have watched the news, sending supplies to the BRP Sierra Madre using small military boats is really very difficult because of the many Chinese Coast Guard boats blocking the way. One expert's suggestion is to increase the number of Coast Guard or military boats delivering supplies so the Chinese Coast Guard will not be able to overwhelm them. Next is technological innovation. The use of modern technology such as satellite surveillance, drones, and advanced navigation systems can help ease resupply missions. These technologies allow more accurate monitoring of sea conditions and potential threats, thereby strengthening the security and efficiency of the resupply operation. Next is airdrop using aircraft. This would be effective if no enemy were also waiting in the drop zone for the supplies. You see, one of the AFP's airdrops that landed in the water instead of on the ship's upper deck was seized by the Chinese Coast Guard. A very big problem indeed. Next is vertical replenishment or VERTREP. This is the use of helicopters to deliver supplies. It is more accurate than an airdrop. In fact, the Navy already has training in this. In 2020, their vertical replenishment exercise was successful during a joint drill called Dagitpa. The helicopter used was the Augusta Westland naval helicopter of the BRP Tarlac. Now, if the BRP Sierra Madre can no longer be repaired, a Coast Guard substation, or even a full-fledged military facility must really be built on Ayungin Shoal and on other Philippine maritime territories like it. In fact, Vietnam has already done this on their own territories at West Reef and Sinco Island. The BRP Sierra Madre stands as proof of the Philippines' determination to assert its sovereignty over the disputed territories in the West Philippine Sea. This ship will continue to play an important part in the Philippines' defense strategy and in its broader pursuit of regional stability and adherence to international law. Successful resupply missions will be key to maintaining this presence through careful planning, technological innovation, diplomatic engagement, and training. But what must the Philippines do to regain the parts of the West Philippine Sea that China has already taken? Watch this video.